All right.
What?
Okay, so
Why?
so what happened? So here's what happened last time. As you all had taken on the job for Amin al-Din to deliver his supplies to Londinia, you were all ambushed by the Drow, and while you were able to survive the onslaught, you were still a day away from town, at least. So you all continue making your way through the forest. You tried to set up a trap for the Drow in case they decide to come back, but they haven't. They had shown no sign of returning. However, you did get yourself a new friend, an Almirage, which, for those who don't know, looked like a rabbit with a unicorn horn. After gaining this new companion, you all arrived into Londinia and found yourself in
Can
the
we
midst
show
of
everyone my Almirage, please?
Sure thing.
Yeah, this is my pet. It's mine.
So,
I lured it. It's mine.
yeah. So
I'm gonna eat it.
So as you all entered the Londinia, you found a site that was very different compared to Delarim, which instead of seeing a huge bustling city with paved stone walkways, you find yourself in a city filled with dirt roads, wooden houses, and a mist among the trees. You also took note that the business for the apothecaries and anything that sells herbal medicine to be having a booming business, in light of the fact that seems to be an outbreak of sorts. With what you have found, especially you, Mistaken, figured out by the fact people didn't question in buying your product. You also made contact with the giant lizard folk, the Zantul, and also made contact with a female elf. With Zantul, you, Neo, and Zantul had a few rounds of arm wrestling, had an even fight, established a good relationship there. With the elf, while you said did not have much luck in persuading into helping her out, Cadenza was able to calm down the situation and was able to set up a meeting time at the building where the agricultural guild is placed. But as the day went on and you guys had a few drinks, got smashed, and except for Cadenza, who spent time reading her interesting book she picked up back in Delarim, another discovered that his blades are now missing. So, as the morning arises, Neo and Sid, I would like you both to add a piety point.
Hey.
Wait, how do I add that?
By the way, you're still peaking really hard, Harold.
Let me see.
It's your mic's output.
I'm putting it down all the way to. Let's see. Is that better?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm having a problem with my recording software.
So as the morning rises after your long day, if you guys haven't put in your long rest, go ahead and do so now. But as you all wake up, you find yourself in a different atmosphere compared to your time in the province of Athenia, where unlike before, the the air just felt very dry and slightly on the warmer side. Here in Ithen, especially in Ladinia, you find that the air itself seems to be a bit more fresh and filled with life. As you all take note of the morning dew that seems to be covering the windows. So, what would you guys like to do?
Whole lot to sleep in.
All right.
Have we figured out what was that? I'm getting raided by Sumi
Oh,
Collabs.
snap.
Holy crap. Researcher raid.
I kind of want to go shopping and throw my money at something because I have a lot of money.
Yeah, I think I'll go.
How much is a monkey?
You'd have to find one.
1, I have a meeting with an elf. 2, 2, have we figured out if Cadenza can speak to her Almiraj on a daily basis without having to cast Talk to Animals every day?
As of right now, I'll let you two roll for animal handling.
Animal handling?
Yes.
Oh, I do have that.
And as for you, Stax, in the meantime, go ahead and roll for investigation.
And biddies! Somebody gave me biddies too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm mistaken. Go ahead and roll for investigation. For the monkey.
Animal handling is a 10. Wait, do I get advantage because the Almiraj is already friends with me?
Hold on. Hold on a sec. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll one more time for advantage.
Speaking.
I'm putting it all the way down.
And the subscription checks. 10 and a 9. I'll take the 10.
Whoa.
Let's see. Am I still peeking?
Not as much. I'm.
Yeah. Sort of.
Yeah. Let me try this. Is that better?
It might just be mic, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm using the webcam mic because my blue snowball pretty much died.
That would probably be it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. But okay. Okay, so you rolled a 10. So for you, Cadenza,
Yeah.
you take note that it seems that the Almiraj, while you don't have that sort of strong connection as of yet, you do have enough so that if you do small gestures, like with your hands and whatnot, he has a strong chance of comprehending what you are telling him.
Yay. All right.
And go ahead, Stack. Oh wait, no, I'll go ahead and roll for you then, Stack.
I got the page.
Okay, cool.
Is
Yeah,
it
he's
okay
up.
if it's okay if I download yours and upload it on my YouTube?
Mine?
Yep.
Go for it.
Yeah, I can't get my recording software to work. Sorry.
Welcome to the music notes, Jax.
Okay.
23.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So, as you venture out, you find so far you don't really seem to see any sort of well-established place that has oh hey Rourke. So what happened?
Oh,
So
he's
as
joining
you
us.
yes. So could you go ahead and fill him in on what's happened, Wakami?
He's been paying attention outside of.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Okay, cool. So, you don't see really any established building for any sort of exotic pets of that form. However, you do take note of a small tent that appears to hold some some of these more unique animals, and you find yourself as you enter this tent, you find animals that you would not normally find within the empire, for either the fact they were either considered too wild to try to be kept as pets, or that they were considered taboo. So you find some animals like a dog. You see one that's like a dog that seems to trying to escape his cage by blinking, boom, 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 but is having no luck. However, you also see within one of the cage a rather large spider that has marble white, that's as white as marble, but on its legs is as blue as sapphire, just resting and watching you with its multiple eyes. However, you also do see what appears to be a gorilla just chilling out in the far corner, and you see the shop, you assume to be the shopkeep, struggling to feed it, as it seems to be rather ticked.
Oh, hold on. I got a truck. Hold on. 10 seconds.
Ow, my
Oh
ears.
God!
That was immersive as fuck.
Mute that next time. My ears. My poor streamers.
You can turn them down with the icons on the call.
Yeah, but then everyone's gonna see it. I only have one monitor. My other monitor is my laptop. They're not connected.
Okay. Well, is Rourke there? Rourke?
Yep.
All right, cool. So with you, Rourke, so you're just waking up, and as of right now, you have taken note that, as far as you know, Mistaken has already left, and as far as you know, Spaghetti hasn't waken up yet either. What are you gonna do?
All right, I'm back.
All right.
I'm gonna sit up and look around and hold a hand to my head. Ugh, what happened?
All right. So I'll come back to you since Stax just came back. So Stax, so as you know, take note of this human who definitely seems very meek especially in comparison to this gorilla that's just chilling out in his cage, just really miffed, as if giving him a look of, if you even try to touch me, you will die.
All right.
So basically, yes, you do find a monkey.
Okay,
Not a
so
monkey.
let's go back. Let's go back to the spider real quick. Does it look intelligent whatsoever?
Make a perception check.
It's a spider.
Perception skills. I hate tabbing through this fucking thing. Okay.
Guys, I'm also not going to be able to continue until continue after 11:40. Not 11:40. 11:15.
Don't worry, we're only going for 3 hours, period. So we'll be ending at 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got 13.
All right. So, from what you can tell, it's definitely a spider that is definitely different. You can't enough so that as you walk by, it continues to just stare at you, like trying, as if it's almost playing its own little game of a staring contest.
All right. So I'm gonna go up to the shopkeep and I'm gonna point out the spider and the gorilla and ask how much for them.
So as you go up to the shopkeep, he takes notes. He's like, "Oh, yes, welcome." And you take note that he has the same chestnut colored skin as your former employer, Amin Al-Din. But unlike him, who has a pretty wild hairstyle, for him, he seems to have these dreadlocks that are within him. It's just like various bits of fine jewelry, just showing off that, hey, he has some success. And he looks to you for one, and then looks to the spider, who's still staring at you, even as you're talking to him. He says, for him, he is 50 gold. And as for this fella, I would say 75.
Fuck it, deal. I'm gonna.
You're gonna get the gorilla and the spider.
Do what?
So you're getting both of them?
Yeah, I'm getting both of them.
Okay. So all right. So let me go ahead.
Peeking really badly, really badly. Like,
Alright,
can't
let me go.
stand you.
Okay.
Harold, put your
I'm
mic
gonna-
further away from your face.
I'm all the way back. Is this better?
Leave the room.
If you talk
Alright.
too loudly into the mic when it's close to you, it's gonna peak.
Yeah, I'm not even close to it at all. Let me go ahead and
That's why
I'll
people
switch to
get
mobile
things like
again.
The what's it called? The pop filter and stuff like that. And the peaking.
Yeah, no, this is my webcam. It's too good. I'll go ahead and switch to mobile. But so yeah, so go ahead and remove the gold stacks, and while I go quickly switch over to mobile. Okay.
Alright, I have so much fucking gold. I bought these guys without, like, making a dent in what I have. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Apparently your scams worked.
Okay, is that better?
Right.
All right. So I just need to get note to self, get a new mic. Anyways, so as you all are, so let me go ahead and pull up the stats for you. So actually, I would like you to do a nature check, Stacks.
Nature check.
Does he need
Yes.
to buy pet food?
Good question.
Yeah, I'm not taking care of your pets, man. I've got my own.
Fuck.
Sucker. And mine's magical. Hee hee.
Okay, so
Also tastes
I'll
really
let-
good.
all right, so okay, so you don't really know too much about it, but from the shopkeep, he does tell you what kind of spider it is, and instructs you on how to take care of it. So
All right.
check the this is the one you got, the spider. Here's the stats.
You send this to me on Discord?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
And so there you go. Here's both of them. So, but he also he keeps the spider in. Let's see. Just making sure I'm giving you the right thing. So, okay. So, with both of them, before he hands both of these pets off to you, he puts these two. He gives you these two bracelets. One of which is very similar to the spider in that in similar to color scheme. However, it seems to be encrusted with some white and blue stones. But the bracelet itself seems to be made out of some form of steel. And the other one, similar, but instead it has black stones. And he gestures to one of the black stones, like, this is the one to control him. Though I would warn you, he is fully not tame. So you need to establish a strong connection with him, or
Alright.
he might turn on you and crush you.
The gorilla or the spider?
The gorilla, but the spider. But however, you do need to establish a connection with him too. And he gestures to the spider as a warning as well. I am not going. If he disappears, I am not going to be held responsible. And then he gives you both of them.
All right, I'm going to cast Fence on the gorilla, and
Okay.
I'm going to talk to him a little bit. Be like, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?" I'm going to give him some food, and then I'm going to ask him if he could carry the spider around while we're shopping.
Okay, so so does it just automatically cast? And
Yeah, it's an auto cast.
okay, don't need to do any saves or anything. So okay, so he pauses for a moment. The gorilla doesn't really speak to you, but seems calm and not as threatening compared to how he was acting to the shop to the shopkeep. He just it just slowly nods his head before, as you open the cage and lets him out. The shopkeep is like hiding behind his counter, just waiting for the gorilla to leave, not wanting to make any eye contact with him whatsoever. And as this happens, the spider just watches quietly. Though, as he tries to pick up the cage, the spider goes strongly objecting to this. Now,
It's what you get
I'll
for
cast
not
Friend
trying
on the spider
to
too. Then
befriend your animal beforehand.
I'm casting Friends with the spider, and we're going to have a nice conversation, and I'll get him to know me while you guys are doing your shit.
Do you have the
Okay.
talk with animals spell?
No, but I can still talk. to
Good
him.
luck, sucker. I'm not
Oh
even
my
drunk.
goodness.
What the fuck? Maybe I should switch to whiskey.
Talk with animals is not the only way to talk to an animal.
Harder.
yeah. So
more
with friends,
fun.
with friends, it just while they wouldn't talk back, he still gets that. It still sort of establishes a little bit of a connection and calms them down. Kind of like you know how with the baby and just like how with some people they just freak out, but with other people they just seem calm and happy to see them.
So he's
Yeah.
adopted a gorilla baby.
And a spider baby, I guess.
Oh boy.
Name it Caesar.
Why Caesar?
Have you
Alright.
not watched the movie?
This is fucking
The
Rise of the Planet of the
All
Apes.
right.
No, I have not seen Planet of the Apes.
What's that?
All right. Is Zoe there? Yep, that looks like it. Okay, cool. So as I'm gonna assume that you're just that you're gonna be spending your time with the animals, trying to get them all right with you and everything. So go ahead and check out those links in the meantime, and I'm gonna move on to Nether. As you wake up, you find that your blades are missing. What do you do?
Fuck! No, wait. No. These were not mine. They were borrowed. Shit.
Too whiskey
Take
or
this
not
back.
too whiskey? That is the question, guys.
Fuck! Alright.
Viewers, please respond.
Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. How can I calm down? I just lost these blades that I was borrowing. Okay.
Can I roll a perception to hear this coming from the other room?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck yeah.
With advantage, because Nether is freaking the hell out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch, I still won't hear it. Okay, I got a 9. Not gonna hear it. See you.
Can I try too?
Oh, go ahead. And what you hear, Neo, is
I also would like to try.
all right. Go ahead. For you, Neo, it sounds like as if, like you can't make out what the sound is exactly, but for all you know, it's Nether. It could be with a tavern girl or something.
It's a perception check, right?
Yes.
And we all get advantage?
Yes. Because he's freaking out so badly.
Well,
Well then, I don't think I need to roll again.
Okay.
One, and the first nat 1 and the first nat 20 on the same roll.
well, at least I had advantage. I can say I got the 9.
Oh yeah. So Rorik, Cadenza, you hear the whole thing. You hear the whole enchilada as Nether's freaking out. You can even tell that something happened with the blades, like because from the freak out. So, but Sid, just like Neo, for all you know, it could be Nether, just being Nether.
It's like
My roll.
intoxicating.
This is not gonna be good.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Alright.
Now Mirage just notices and like the Cadenza taking note of Nether and just looks curiously, wondering what's going on.
Cadenza reaches her arms out to the Almirage and holds her hand out to him. First, I'm naming you. Your name is Yue from now on. Second, I think something happened to one of my companions that's not a good thing.
The Almirage look before trying to jump onto your shoulder.
Oh, that's cute.
Are you gonna catch it, Moko? Or Cadenza?
What?
Are you gonna catch it? I'm trying to jump on your shoulder, but are you gonna help it up?
I held my hand out in the first place.
Yep. So I would say then it jumps on the hand and jumps on the shoulder. So we're good.
So it's already there.
Yeah, it's already there. So Nether, what do you do? So while they're taking notes, what are you doing as of right now?
Alright, I'm gonna just walk out of the tent and just...
No, you're in the tap. You're in the tavern. The sleeping
that's
rock.
right. I was looking at the screen, it's like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. But as you all, as Rorik and Cadenza take notes, and I'm assuming you're all peeking your heads out at this freak out, yeah?
Yup.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm still trying to get my bearings.
Okay. So, in the meantime,
Yeah, just chill and freak out.
Cadenza, you take note that little flame's peeking out of the room. Hand on his head, the paw on his head, just dealing with a nasty hangover from the night before, but notices that hearing Nether's freak out too. Well, what?
Oh, that must be fun. Cadenza looks at Little Flame and goes, "Something happened to Nether that's not really good."
Does anything good really happen on the travel? Ugh, oh my head.
Oh fuck.
Does this happen all the time when you drink?
Only the weak people.
Only the weak people.
He doesn't even comment in response to that. He just stays silent. Should we see if something's wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out.
All right.
I'm just gonna check my inventory and make sure that nothing got swiped off of me.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for perception. Yeah, so from what you can tell, everything's there. Your money isn't missing, no weapons are missing, everything is there.
Alright.
Wow, the rogue not trusting the rest of the party.
Yeah.
How out of character, I know.
Alright, so Cadenza is going to go knock on Nether's door with Yue on her arm. Nether?
Yeah?
What happened?
Oh, nothing to worry about.
Alright, what do
Roll
I
for
have?
Roll for deception, Nether, and insight check for you, Makoni. Or
Okay,
Cadenza.
I have a bonus proficiency on insight in addition to my original bonus, so what do I do for that?
Just go with the stats that's on the D&D Beyond because it takes into consideration of your proficiency and whatever else. So,
Okay.
like for example, like Neo has the plus 5. It's because of his thing.
I'm swole.
Oh shit.
How?
You both suck.
I got a 20 like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But don't you? But isn't insight charisma based?
No,
Oh, I thought it was.
It's in
nope, it's,
Wisdom.
wisdom, that one.
Okay. Well, so from what you can tell, everything might be fine.
From the
Could
look
be.
on his face, you can clearly tell that just nothing is fine.
But is your door open or closed?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Exactly. So, you're just hearing the voice this whole time.
Yeah, totally nothing bad happened overnight. It's totally not. It's totally not like my swords are missing or anything, you know.
Wait.
Probably have to go after those drow elves again because they might have stolen my swords. That
How-
probably aren't mine.
Cadenza sighs and puts a hand on her head, thinking that this is something that would happen to Nether in a heartbeat. Yeah. What do you mean your swords are missing?
Literally, okay. He just goes to open the door and let her in. Literally, alright. You may think I'm weird,
You are.
but I sleep sleep with my swords, okay? I sleep with my weapons and my babies. But also because I grew up just always needing to protect myself anyways, so it was just like, alright, sleep with your weapon.
All the while that this conversation is going on, the Mirage Yui, that's now named
Yue.
jumps off. Yue.
Like in
Okay,
Cardcaptor Sakura, the Moon Guardian.
Forgive me, I don't watch that anime. Anyways,
Harold.
jumps off jumps off your shoulder, Cadenza, and starts bouncing around the room curiously,
It was just
looking around.
I woke up and they were just gone. I went to bed with them. I fell asleep. They were in my arms, and I woke up and they're just gone.
They're just gone? Cadenza looks
they're
really
swords.
worried and also notices that Yue is jumping around. You have no idea what happened, Nether?
I mean, they're swords. Yeah, they're probably cursed, but it's not like they can just sprout legs and walk off.
Yeah, I sensed that when I detected their curse. But I think my friend might have something more to say about that. So, I guess I have to cast my first spell of the day. Considering the fact that my friend clearly knows something. Alright, cast Speak with Animals.
All right. So at this point, the Yue seems to have taken note of you casting this spell, and it seems to be somewhat familiar with it now. Turns and looks at you, and says, "Something smells weird here.
Something
It smells
smells
very."
very what?
Nether,
Smells.
did you take care of business by yourself last night?
Oh my god.
See, it smells of. I don't know how to describe it. Something that would I normally smell near the caves. And
Near-
he's just like looking around. It's very different. It doesn't smell like your room or anywhere else. Doesn't even smell like him. And he's looking at that. They're just like saying, basically that something is off. Something's off about this room.
Cadenza looks back at Nether. Did you make sure you locked your doors and your windows last night?
Doors? Yeah, wait. Windows? Wait, you can lock windows?
Oh boy.
At this point, Little Flame is just hanging out near the entrance, just watching, with like a hazy look on his face as he's just rubbing his forehead still just from the hangover. And
Cadenza looks at Yue once more. It smells off like caves. We weren't in a cave. Oh, but wait. Drows prefer caves, I believe.
I don't want to meta, but can I roll perception to hear the word drow?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give you advantage. Because drow.
Good.
Because drow.
Good. I love my rolls tonight. They're all really subpar. Yep. How you going?
10 is enough for you to hear the word drow and just instantly shoot up.
Yeah, good. And everybody bursts out his door and goes, "Somebody say drow!"
Don't yell! Ah! Oh, that hurts.
Where are they?
Cadenza's tail flicks at hearing Neo's voice. Yue says that this room smells off, like a smell towards the caves.
Why are we talking about room smells?
Because it doesn't smell like Nether, which means somebody was in here and Nether's missing his swords.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because people stay in rooms before you do. They're open taverns. It happens. Anyway, I do believe there was one of those drow who said he was gonna come get your swords. He probably made good on his deal. Just saying.
Oh, shit.
I might be big and I might look dumb, but I remember things.
Well, hey Neo.
What?
How about we go, elf hunting?
What specific kind of elf?
I'm just gonna stealth.
Drow.
I'm just gonna stealth immediately after hearing that.
Okay, go ahead and do your stealth check.
If he's stealthing, can we roll for perception to see him?
Let's see how he rolls first.
I don't want to.
Alright, go. Alright, now if anyone wants to roll for perception and see if you see him, go ahead.
Damn. That blows.
Hearing Nether say hunt elf just doesn't sit right with me.
Okay.
6. Hey!
Alright. So,
Wow.
No, why? No.
So, alright. So as you're all talking and everything, Rorik, you easily slip past without Cadenza noticing. But as Nether turns, while you do catch a small flick of a cloak before disappears.
Ninja finish.
What the? Is there another drow elf in here? I fucking swear if there's another drow elf in here and they're here to take something else off of me.
I doubt it's a drow elf. They usually don't come out when the sun's out.
Then what was that I just saw?
I didn't see anything. Have a look around the room to see what's, if anything is like, reminiscent of drow.
Alright, go ahead and roll for investigation.
Oh good, I have no modifiers to that. Here we go.
Can I roll for that too? Because I'm the one who originally suggested that. It's an investigation check, right?
Yep.
Oh, you fucking kidding me. Why didn't you stay on the 16?
Okay, so alright, so Cadenza, as far as you can see, nothing really out of the ordinary. However, for you, Neo,
Oh, I found something.
you take note that outside the smell that the Almirage mentioned, you notice near the window that not only it's partly open, but you notice along the base there seems to be scratches on, as if someone dug its claws into the wood. And you also notice what looks to be half a footprint.
Fucking call the window open.
Neo's
And the-
gonna wonker.
I was gonna say, and from what you could tell from that footprint looks like there were 3 toes.
Eh?
Three, like 1, 2, 3, like something that is not humanoid.
It ain't fucking drow either.
I was about to
Neo's
say, I
gonna
don't think.
walk over to that and just go, you know when we said it might have been drow?
Cadenza looks up at Neo.
Probably hired or sent by the drow, but that's not a fucking drow footprint.
Cadenza's
That's
tail
got
hits the
3
floor
toes.
angrily.
It's got 3 toes and it's got claws and it's not smart enough to not leave tracks behind. That's not a drow. You had something really not cool inside your room last night.
Yue, do you know of any animals like this?
Okay, let me go ahead and roll.
Could I roll like a knowledge something or other?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at those.
You rolled a 2. Now,
E 7.
You know a lot of animals that have 3 toes.
I know lots of animals that have 3 toes, but I don't know this one specifically.
Am I able to make a perception check or a nature check from where I'm sitting?
Where are you sitting?
I'm just hiding in a corner.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Actually, make an investigation.
Wait,
What
is
is
it
it
a
about
nature
how
check or
people
an
do this?
investigation check to find out what the toes belong to?
Let's see. I would say
I would say
So-
nature.
for the toes.
Well,
go
it
ahead and do
depends.
nature.
It depends what the nature of the creature is.
Yeah.
So nature, you said.
Yeah.
All
So go
right,
ahead and
I'm
roll for
rolling.
Nature. I'll say nature.
I'm rolling for nature.
The reason for the intelligence was because of the.
Oh, that's better.
I think you balked it, Rorik.
Something went wrong with the roll.
I think you balked
Yeah. You put a space in between the 1 and the d20.
Yeah.
That's why. Go ahead and try again.
it. My rolls are garbage tonight.
Okay. So from what you and from Cadenza, what you and you Rourke as well can tell is it's definitely not a creature that, and you can tell just from the shape of the footprint itself, that this is probably not a creature you would find out and about during the day. It could be a creature of the night or even from underground.
Great.
Another should
Just.
have plenty of experience with those.
Creatures of the night. Limo. Okay, so
I'm
can I ask real quick?
refraining from singing Nightmare, Rocky Horror now.
All right, so Sid, what are you doing at this moment while everyone is checking out the room?
I think I want to go out and check some stores out.
Okay, what store are you looking for in particular?
I don't really know right now. I guess some kind of general store, or maybe something.
Okay,
Like
so from what you can tell, I'm just using your passive perception, but as you were walking, as you first initially entered, you found there not only to be a lot of apothecaries, as you already take note of, but you also noticed what appeared to be a shop that was selling books and was
the paint and had stained glass windows painted varying kinds of the shades of green. You also took note of the forge of a blacksmith that seems to be run by a dwarf. And to top it all off, you did see a general shop as well. So like a general store essentially.
Yeah, I want to go into the general store.
All right. So you see, as you walk into the shop, you take note of the sign that says Varen's Goods, and as you open the door, you find, much to your surprise, a dragonborn running the shop.
Huh.
This one with ruby red scales.
Oh, he found a lover.
Want to be a guy.
My name's Tiberius Stormwood from Dragonia.
Oh, we're not opening that can of worms.
Too late.
No, that's another kind of thing.
Anyways, so as you open the door, Sid, the Dragonborn takes notice of you and says, "Oh, well, welcome. Glad to see another one, a fellow Dragonborn here. What can I do for you?"
Well, I was looking for fishing supplies. If you have any.
He raises an eyebrow for a moment and asks. He repeats what you said. Fishing supplies?
Yes. I explore a lot, so I need some way of catching food.
I don't. Well. Let me. He pulls up a finger and takes a look, and you can tell that he hasn't had many people come in asking for fishing goods, but he seems to find something. He's like, well, not many people would fish in the river, but this would be that I would think more to your liking, and it seems to be a very basic rod that you would normally use to cast out for fly fishing, really.
Oh, so now we're getting into specific types of fishing. Great.
Yeah, well, fine. That'll work.
I'm getting whiskey while he's shopping.
Yeah. So that'll be. So are you just getting that and the bait?
I would also like to look around and.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay. If I'm forgetting.
Okay. So outside seeing the normal goods, such as rations and other varying things, such as you would find in that you normally find in someone's home, you do find a case that's like one of the shelves seems to have like a glass case, and you look into it and you see that these are potions, and they look to be the kind that are of healing properties that you have come across before. But you take note of the price. It is doubled at least from what the normal price would be for those potions.
Huh.
And he takes note of your perplexed look and says, well, since this plague has been going around, there's been a high demand for potions lately, of all kinds.
Makes sense. I'll just take fishing.
All right, so that'll be 10 silver.
Okay. And I
Yep.
hand him the silver.
All right. So go ahead and check on you for a quick second, Mistaken. Are you still spending time with your new friends?
I think he's AFK.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Rip.
Oh boy.
No worries. But
He's just
so let's go ahead and get.
stuck in a corner just with a claw over the top.
No worries. I'm just gonna
back.
count that as 10. Welcome back. I was about to move on to you guys actually.
Oh,
So
perfect. I have whiskey now.
Yeah. So as you
Drinking, Jesus.
so as you all like who are within the room take note of this rather odd scene, I would like you all to make a perception check.
I'm not good at those. I want to know what's like directly outside the window. Nope, sees.
That's why I'm having you roll perception, because I knew
Rolling.
you guys would look out the
Me
window.
included.
Wait, Harold.
Eights out the ass.
Harold, when we all got 2,000 gold, did Rourke get it as well?
He should have.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
If he didn't, then we'll add it. It'll be no problem. But
That was back in Aphania, right?
Ha
all right.
Suckers!
When we got that 2,000 gold, right?
Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Rorik, you take note. Yeah. So I'm doing this in order. So Nether, Neo, don't see anything out of the ordinary.
And some
Rorik, you take note that it seems as you look out the window, and it seems to be going off into this down to the main road. You do notice that there seems to be another you see what appears to be like a muddy footprint on the roof. This time you see that it's definitely more of the full thing of the footprint, and it just more than anything, it just confirms that it's a three-toed the creature. You, Cadenza, however, take note that it not only goes in there, that it goes down there, but it also you take note of a similar shape of a footprint that goes bolting down the side of the tavern, down the alleyway.
Guys, I think there's more than one of these things. One's going down.
Actually, Cadenza, since you rolled a nat 20, you would know that it was only one creature.
Oh! But that it went down the alleyway and not the main road.
Yes, you would know that too.
Okay.
That's the nat 20, the benefit.
Yeah.
I'm able to see this from a corner behind a cloth.
Guys, it's getting away. It's going down the alleyway. We can catch up to it if we leave, like, right now.
It probably left a while ago.
No, those footprints look fresh.
Do they?
There's ones going down the side of the building, yeah.
Harold, do they look fresh or?
Well, they definitely appear fresh, but not in the sense that like it just happened, but more like it happened like a few hours right before sunrise.
There you go.
But the tracks are still fresh enough that you guys can easily follow them.
Where's the elf? He's good at alleyways.
He's probably sneaking around here. Hey, Rorik, if you're around, we could use your help. Rorik?
I'm just gonna pop out from the corner and bop Neil on the back of the head. Don't. Just don't.
Don't what? Put you in the floor right now?
Cadenza's tail is flickering the floor at the anger of Rorik hitting Neo's head.
I'll plant you like a fucking cabbage.
What do you want?
We've had a robbery. I don't know if you saw.
Oh, I saw. I think I saw more than you did.
Congratulations, you're better at looking at things than I am. No one's surprised. Right, anyway, if you're done with your bullshit, there's footprints outside going down the alleyway.
At this moment, Little Flame speaks up and asks, like, hand on his forehead, just asking,
I'll be back in a moment, sorry.
Am I needed here?
Cadenza looks up at Little Flame. How good are you with tracking?
I'm alright. I am a tabaxi after all.
We've been robbed.
I can tell. I've been here the whole time.
Rubbing your head from a hangover. How can we know if you're actually...
Does that go like stealing little shiny things?
What the fuck?
Oh god. So I'm guessing you would like me to come along.
Yes, we could use all the help we could get, please.
Nods his head slightly. All right, I'll see what I can do. Just let me. I'll meet you downstairs. Gonna get something for this headache, and just leaves and heads down to find something that can help him with this hangover.
All right.
So what you guys are gonna do?
I'm gonna pop in with these guys on a giant fucking spider.
Okay, so as you all are looking down and into the street and everything, you just see out of nowhere some large spider-like legs crawling down from the and you just see the underbelly of this huge spider before it turns. It's staring its eyes directly at you, and you just see Mistaken writing on top of it with.
Hey guys, I got a giant fucking spider and a gorilla.
Cadenza just looks. Cadenza looks at Yue worried and looks at the spider and the gorilla. Keep in mind, the talk with animals spell works with all animals within the vicinity.
And at this moment,
Wait.
Almiraj disappears at the side of the spider.
Yeah, he's probably scared shitless. He's probably hiding on Cadenza's shoulder in her hair. I wouldn't be surprised.
It disappeared. It's not on your body.
And
Oh, he's completely gone?
Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, can I do it? Can I?
Also,
wait,
hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. Dude,
Am I?
you scared away Yue. What the hell? And she looks at the spider and the gorilla.
Can I...
Why?
I know about Almirages and what they do, right?
Roll for nature with advantage.
No.
I did this last time.
He did, and he got the advantage, and
Yeah.
you guys said he had the knowledge for it.
Well, you did have the knowledge
first
for
saw it.
what an Almiraj. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's
Advantage.
fine. Can I please get a good roll, like, at some point? Hey!
Wow,
Fuck
you were
me.
wrong. Okay.
Fuck you, when?
Oh my god.
So from what you know, Neo, from your time in Haverock,
Go
about
cry.
these Almirages, you've heard stories about certain Almirages that have more abilities that are considered unnatural, and you know that they would disappear from one and appear in another location, and these are mostly things you've heard from mythology. You've never seen an Almiraj actually do that before.
Okay, I'm gonna keep quiet because I actually have to go again, sorry.
Okay.
Cadenza's really pissed because now Yue disappeared, and she's really worried about her pet.
Should have got a spider.
He came to me to help.
Hey Harold,
Yes.
since I live in this province, in this whole entire area, like this country,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that I know about this creature and about the legends about it?
The Almiraj. Go ahead and roll for nature as well.
Sorry, my lunch just
nature
got
and
years
the
old.
history because of like the legends and everything about it.
Yeah, I would consider that part of nature, and you do get advantage because of your background in history.
Okay.
Sorry, my lunch just got here as well.
No, you're good. You're good.
Meanwhile, it's my freaking companion that y'all made it go into hiding. I'm pissed.
Shit.
From what you haven't heard much, you just know there are Almiraj in this region.
The reason why I'm asking is because out of character, I know what this means.
Yeah, you know what it means, but
Can
So go
I
ahead.
roll a nature check to see if I can find out why it disappeared?
yeah, go ahead.
Because it's scared.
Well, yeah, but I think there's something more to it, and I am pissed.
Okay. So from what you can tell, the Almiraj disappeared. Yue disappeared because the fact it's a giant freaking spider, and Almirages are that are
Spider
usually
food?
not only spider, but also a lot of predators.
Anything food.
Yeah, it's a lot of an anything food, and so it probably, from what you can tell, it disappeared for its own safety.
Is it gonna come back?
You could try. Have you tried speaking to him? You still have your spell going.
Yeah, the spell goes for like the entire day or something like that.
Yeah. So if you want, you could try speaking to him.
Well, first she's going to look at the spider, the new giant fucking spider and gorilla. Can you guys promise not to harm him, please?
The spider, but the gorilla you don't see, but the spider responds, as long as he remembers to feed me.
Mistaken said that we saw both of them because he said, "Hey, I have this and this."
Okay. The gorilla would just be like, I don't even eat those things. Just like the gorilla just has a look of WTF. Like, you expect me to eat that?
I'm just watching Cadenza talk to these animals, and the animals just grunt back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, walk over this way.
Because she can talk to all the animals. Yes. I'm not a druid though. I am not a druid. Cadenza.
She's Eliza Thornberry.
When I cast that spell, yes, actually. So Cadenza looks around. Yue, they won't eat you. They promised. I will make sure that you are safe.
And you just see a little unicorn-like horn pop out from under the bed, just like, are you sure about that?
Cadenza bends down on her knees, giving, well, everyone a nice view of her behind, and looks at Yue's horn and looks for his beating eyes. I promise nothing will happen to you. Not as long as you stick with me.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
You talking about eating the Almirage?
No. You said with advantage, right?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
He's been attached to you long enough that he easily takes your word for it, and slowly comes out of hiding. And just looks around.
Hey, Harold.
Yes.
I'm wondering, would an Arcana check be able to let me know what I think is happening with this with the Almirage?
Go ahead and do that. I'll allow it.
All right.
Should I do that as well?
You could if you like.
It's my bunny. Do I get advantage because it's my bunny?
No.
Damn it.
Shit.
So from what you can tell, Cadenza, this is a magical bunny.
Sweet.
That's all you know.
Cadenza holds out her arms for Yue to come back up onto her shoulder.
And boop, he just jumps. He does just that. And he climbs back on his shoulder. Still looking warily at the spider.
I'm surprised he's not half hiding in her hair. I mean, she's got plenty of it.
Yeah. But it's probably because of his horn. Doesn't want to tangle it up in that hair.
You saying Cadenza doesn't brush her hair? She's a
No, I'm not saying that. Anyways, so during this conversation, Little Flame actually walks out of the tavern a little bit more composed than usual until he sees a freaking giant spider on the tavern, and just has this look of, what the hell just
I'd like
happened?
to know who let the giant spider and gorilla in.
That was me. Hello.
No, but who let you pass a threshold with them?
That's a good question.
What in the fucking hell?
Keep in mind the spider is outside and the gorilla is outside as well. Just
They are?
they're like, remember, you were looking out the window. The spider is hanging out in front of the window. The gorilla is down at the floor, at the ground level, which is what Little Flame first sees, is this freaking gorilla just chilling out, just looking up.
Okay. I'm bored of this and I'd like to go shopping.
All right.
Aren't we going to look for nether swords?
Same here. I want to go shopping too. I really do not feel comfortable with alleyways anymore.
Well, after that first alleyway, I mean, I have a meeting with an elf, and I was gonna ask Rourke to come with me, but if Rourke is gonna go shopping,
That's sort of
There's a whole
that's sort of
day.
metagaming because none of you know what actually happened in the alleyway because I never told you about it.
I was speaking OOC. Sorry.
Yeah. So, Nether, what are you doing in the meantime?
Well, I still got a bow, but it's not the same without my swords. Time to go to the blacksmith.
You can go to the blacksmith, or you could. Remember, you do have the option to try to see what happened to your blades.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to play detective.
Okay. So, Nether is playing detective. So, and who else is going shopping?
I am.
Neo. Okay.
I'd like to find a blacksmith.
All right. And Cadenza, what about you?
Cadenza looks at Nether. Will you be okay?
I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'm fine. I'll be fine.
And Little Flame shouts to you, "Are you coming, Nether?"
I'm gonna go with Neo as well to the blacksmith.
Is it okay if I meet up with them? Or
With who?
With who?
with all of them while they're...
Oh, well, they're going off to different locations. Nether and Little Flame are going off for the investigation thing, and Neo is going off shopping with Rorik. Cadenza, where are you going?
Cadenza hasn't decided where she's going because she...
Okay.
I was gonna ask you, OOC, what time did that elf say that we were supposed to meet?
In the morning.
So, like, now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I have to go... So Cadenza looks at Rourke. I had an elf issue that I could use your help with.
Oh, and what type of issue would that be?
It was an elf in distress, and she only trusted me because I could speak in Elvish. If I had an actual elf with me, perhaps she would be more willing to talk.
What kind of elf?
I don't remember.
It was Wood Elf. You remember? You would remember that.
No, like, OOC, I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm just saying that it's also just in general. Just
okay.
So clear. I'm covering my bases here.
Thank you. She is a wood elf. And she's a member of the agricultural guild here.
And Rorik, since you said you are from here, you would know of the agricultural guild and what they do.
All right. And what is it exactly that they do? OOC.
You would know that they're the ones responsible for keeping this forest essentially alive and well, and even go as far as magically enhancing the trees and plant life and everything to keep it lush and green.
So Neo would probably fit right in with them, wouldn't he? All right.
Since I don't know any of this stuff, I'll just go to the blacksmith.
All right.
Can I come too? I love negotiations.
As long as I'm able to go along with back to roundabout over to the blacksmith.
Cadenza nods. I need to go to the blacksmith as well later, but I promised her I would meet her in the morning.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, right.
Where did she say to meet?
Oh.
At the agriculture guild. Wait, mistaken asked to go to, and Cadenza just raises an eyebrow at him.
You guys going to the agriculture guild?
Yes.
Can I come? I want to go.
I knew you would.
Oh my
I want to go.
I want to go too.
I am surprised, Neo, for the agricultural guild is slightly, how should I say this, a blend of infrastructure and nature.
It's alright. If their main focus is nature, I'm not too bothered.
Alright then.
Cadenza's worried about bringing the giant spider.
right. I'm gonna get off the spider, and I'm gonna pat its face like, all right, Silky, you can use phase shift, right? Just stay hidden until I need you. 3 snaps, remember?
Don't forget to feed them.
The spider,
I've already
the spider
fed him.
nods. The spider, in a weird, creepy way, the spider nods, which causes the rest of its body to bob along with it, in understanding.
Hey, I'm gonna whisper to Cadenza. Are you sure that he's gonna be able to fit through the door? Talking about Neo.
That's... Cadenza crosses her arms underneath her chest. He'll probably have to bend down.
Knowing him, he'd probably never bend a knee to a wood elf. I cast a glance over at Neo.
Neo's too busy thinking about going to the agricultural guild.
Cadenza's curious as to why Neo wants to go to the agricultural guild, but that's besides the point. I didn't think everyone would want to come. I guess?
You'd have a hard time stopping me.
Well, to be honest, we could have our Dragonborn use some of his wild magic to try and put you to sleep. But to be honest, he might end up accidentally.
You don't know it's
putting us
wild
to sleep
magic.
Personally.
Yeah, we don't know it's
know.
magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, then just magic. Could you?
Yeah.
All I know is that sometimes it backfires terribly. So.
Cadenza shakes her head vigorously at that thought process. No. Sid cannot come. She did not like Sid.
Why don't you let her get to know him? He's got a vibrant personality.
Because he's the one who originally found her and she was shrieking at him.
I doubt it was actually him who did anything unless he was being weird.
He was.
Wow.
Did you scare the poor girl, Sid?
He's not there.
No, he's not there. He's out shopping. He's not even there.
Yeah, he's not with us.
He's no longer with us. Rest in peace.
Wow.
I'm not dead.
Yet.
Not yet, at least.
I'm not yet dead. I can dance and I can sing. I am not yet dead. I can do the final thing.
Oh, boy.
Alright.
I am a bard. What did you think was gonna happen?
I'm just gonna make I'm just gonna make a little comment. I'm gonna say, well, I mean, honestly, I could understand if she was afraid of his appearance. He is part dragon after all.
I believe.
He's dragon blood, not part dragon.
I believe it was more than that.
And that's racist.
He tried to help her and it backfired. But the rest of you have to let Rorik and I do the talking. And she looks at
No promises.
each of them. I'm rolling for
No
persuasion.
promises.
I'm rolling for persuasion.
You can't
Alright, go ahead.
persuade me.
Should I roll for intimidation to try and back her up?
No, not intimidation. You would have to roll charisma save.
I said Rorik and I.
Oh, Rourke and you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Alright. No, because I'm trying to back her up because I'm
go ahead.
trying to.
Didn't think persuasion was a
intimidation?
skill you could use on player characters.
No, you could, but you're going to do. But you guys get to do insight. That's the way it works.
Am I doing?
Oh, I should be rolling an
persuasion
insight
or-
check?
No. Okay.
Am I doing persuasion or intimidation?
Hold up. You guys, you two. I'm just gonna say this now before any more dice are rolled. Okay, you guys are gonna be rolling for persuasion. So starting off there, you guys, the ones who are who they're trying to persuade, you can go ahead and I'll let you choose either insight or charisma save. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead.
Ooh, that's loud.
That hurt my ears.
All right, I'm gonna roll for persuasion.
And for you, Nether, I'm going to assume that you've already left with Little Flame.
Good luck.
Okay.
I don't have to be persuaded. That's not a thing that players have to do. Otherwise, it forces a player to act one way, and it's kind of shitty.
Well, we'll just go ahead and.
Why usually persuade like that between players?
All right. So I'm gonna stop it there, and
because Cadenza doesn't trust Mistaken to not butt in. That's why there was a persuasion roll.
It's just something you gotta deal with.
Don't worry, I'll get more butt-inness when my real form is revealed.
Oh, lovely.
I look forward to this.
This is reminding me of when I cock blocked.
I was so mad.
We going to the guild or what?
All right.
Let's go to the guild.
I was gonna say you guys are going to the guild. All right.
Yay.
So while you guys are making your way, Nether and Little Flame have gone off to go off to down the alleyway where they found those tracks. Go ahead and roll for perception, Nether.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Of course.
All right. So as you continue following the tracks, you take note that they seem to, like as you go deeper and deeper down the alleyway, you notice that they seem to have disappeared. You can't tell if it's because you went the wrong way or anything, but it takes you a bit to figure out where the heck they went off, where they went off to. In fact, it takes a Little Flame taps on your shoulder a few times, showing you it's this way and that way as you two continue on. And you stop at one spot where it appears that the footprint is aiming directly at a wall. And you take note that there seems to be a little bit of a, like in front of this wall, there's a little bit of a curve in the ground, and that's it. Like the footprints literally stop right in front of a wall.
We literally just what?
You literally just stopped in front of a wall.
Platform 9 3/4.
Whoa! What is? Little Flame, got any clue?
Roll for Arcana check.
Oof.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Me and you tonight, Nether. Me and you. Terrible rolls.
Are you sure you want that?
Not many of us have been getting any good rolls.
Okay, so while you don't take any note of it, you do notice something about Little Flame. He seems to be looking all over this wall for a moment, and at this moment you get that there's something unique about this tabaxi. He brings his hand down, lower to the ground, to the point where it's almost it's almost to the ground, but then his paw goes right into the wall.
What?
The tabaxi looks at you. It's like, it's an illusion.
It's not real. It looks pretty real.
I know, but this part isn't. This part isn't real.
All right.
Do you want me to go in first, or do you want to?
No. These are my swords. These beasts stole my swords. I'm going first.
Okay. So?
And just walks right into the wall.
Are you standing up for this?
Sure.
You walk face first into the wall.
Okay.
Roll a 1d4.
Really?
Already taking damage.
You're
Oh,
taking
boy.
face damage.
Cadenza's so close to done, and I can't wait to show
So
him.
you know. So you know how I jokes around about saying stupid damage.
Stupid damage.
You take 3 points of stupid damage.
Whoa! Whoa!
See, if you were paying attention, you'll realize that Little Flame got down and then his hand went through the wall.
So the little flame looks at you and is just like, "Are you sure you're not drunk? Still?"
I swear I'm not drunk.
Just clap your hands next to his
That's how you
ears.
lost your blades in the first place. And then he just, without waiting another word, he just goes down and almost like crawling.
Sigourney, you said that while I was drinking my
Through this
whiskey.
wall. They're going down through this wall, and he disappears.
My God, he's magic.
What are you gonna do?
Alright, gonna follow him.
This time correctly?
This time, actually crawling.
Okay, so you go down, and yeah, so we'll come back to you in a moment. Sid, what are you doing?
Well, like I said, I'm not with them, so I couldn't even go anyway. So I'm going to the blacksmith.
All right. So as you head on over, you take note of the sign that seems to have almost like an angry mouth with an anvil. It's basically an anvil with a mouth, seems to be ready to consume something, and under it you just see the words, the raging anvil. And as you enter, you find a dwarf that which kind of shocks you for a moment, but who doesn't have a beard at all, and he's just working on whatever weapon he's creating, just pounding away. And he takes note of you, just like, welcome. What can I help you with? And as he continues pounding away, taking care of this new creation of his.
I would like to carouse.
What was that?
What was that?
Magic.
Yeah, what was that?
I have no idea.
It wasn't my Twitch stuff.
Anyways, you were saying?
I would like to carouse some of your most ornate and best swords.
He pauses and looks at you. He's just like, "You don't need to speak all fancy like that, you know." and he continues finding away, just like, "Go ahead and take a look around. Let me know if you find anything that interests you."
Okay.
It just continues working.
It's just I'll just look around.
All right, go ahead and I'll go ahead and say, make a perception check. All right. Okay, so as you take a look around, you notice that while there doesn't seem to be any form of weaponry that is enchanted, you do notice that there are some very nicely made blades, and but in a rather surprising way, they seem to be a bit of a variety. Not only there are scimitars, which is already a surprise in and of itself.
Say scimitar again.
Isn't it pronounced scimitar? Or scimitar?
No. I said scimitar.
No, you said scimitar.
Well, I don't care. I'm just.
Who are you, Presty?
We're both from California, so yes.
The DM takes 20 stupid damage.
Are you sure it's not drunk damage?
No, you're the one who's drunk.
I'm not that drunk.
Okay.
Anyways, let's go. Anyways,
Where's that Constitution save, Harold?
I'm the DM. I automatically pass.
Wow.
I mean, he's right.
Okay.
Great, then I'm gonna blow my freaking horn of silent alarm in his ears.
Anyways, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. So
Horn of silent
as you take as you take a look around, there's like a variety of different kinds of blades, but you also take note that there's a lot more spears and javelins than your normal forge, and whether it's because that there's a lot more of not as much metal in in this region, but or for some, or if it's just a preference among the people, that is something that you do notice is a lot more focused on spears and javelins.
Well, I'll take a spear.
You take a spear or a javelin, just for clarification.
A spear.
Okay, so spear, I'll say 10 silver.
10 silver? Okay, that's just a gold, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just a single gold piece.
Okay, I'll buy one.
Alright. Alright, so, now, the group that's going to the Agriculture Guild.
Yes.
So, as you all approach the guild, you take note of
the Yggdrasil tree.
Yeah, you take note of this rather large tree that dominates this structure. While there seems to be some stone, it's along the top. It seems that there's a lot more woodwork at the base, almost as if the stone is sandwiched between the tree and the wooden foundation. And as you approach, you take note that there's these two rather large wooden doors, large enough that Neo could fit in no problem.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. And what you find waiting over there is near the entrance is the elf from before. And she seems to be just waiting there patiently before taking note of you, and note of you first, Cadenza, and then the rest of you. She approaches you, Cadenza, and takes a look at everyone, and speaks in Elvish to you.
Do I need to do a perception check because I speak Elvish?
Yeah, I would say your passive perception is enough. You'll understand it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as she speaks, she looks at all of them. She says to you, Cadenza, "Are these your companions?"
Cadenza nods. Yes, they are. She's responding in Elvish, and she gestures to Rourke. He is also an elf. I figured that would make you a bit more comfortable. If I brought a fellow elf, it would help out a bit.
Well, it's certainly reassuring that there are to find those of like mind, and she nods to you, the in-greeting Rorik, and then she asks, again, still in Elvish, how much do they know of the situation?
Cadenza shakes her head. I haven't said anything.
She slowly nods her head before looking at it all and starts speaking in common. I am Aridira. I am a caretaker. What?
Spell it, I need the name.
Yeah.
Okay, will do.
Fill out me D&D notes.
Yeah. So as...
What the hell is that noise?
I think it's someone's phone whenever I post a message.
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop it.
Oh.
No worries. It's all good. I'll just be careful about that. So and she also takes note of do you have your animals with you? I'm mistaken.
The spider's in phase shift, isn't it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
spider face shift.
Yeah,
I mean, the
spider's
gorilla.
face shifted.
I don't
What
know
about
what
the
happens to Gorilla.
What about
Gorilla's still with me.
the
Oh, fuck.
She
Macaulay
takes those-
Unibunny?
She takes notes.
Yeah, I
of
have
the
my bunny.
gorilla. Yeah, she already knows about the Almirage, but she takes note at the gorilla. And cocks an
What?
eyebrow. And then looks at you mistaken.
Yeah, I got a gorilla. What's it to you?
Cadenza lets out a heavy sigh.
She doesn't even. Yeah, her face, she doesn't seem to have any form of sort of reaction to this before just turns and walks right into the building, and all the while making a gesture with the hand for you all to follow her, not even looking back.
Alright. Cadenza follows her inside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like, Neo's gonna like drop back a little bit, like put his hand on Mistaken's shoulder and pull him back with him and just go, "She's fucking pretty."
No, okay, this is. I gotta do this. All right.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
roll?
Slap him twice on the cheeks and then grab him with the palms of my hands and say, "Get yourself together, man! You are that other lady loves you, and what the fuck are you doing saying she's pretty? Get it together!" And I slap him 3 times as I say it out in syllables.
What the heck?
Can I roll for perception?
Go ahead.
Boy, aren't you still in your goblin form? How are you getting my face again? God damn it!
Wait, did he take any damage
Rolling
from
up
that?
on you and grabbing you.
He doesn't take damage from that, but Cadenza.
I got damaged when Nether slapped me.
I got a 16 on perception for that. Do I hear that?
I was gonna say yes because of the fact that they're yelling.
Oh.
I'm not yelling, he's yelling.
Well, you know what I mean.
Dream whispering. I'm sorry.
Dream whispers.
Dream whispers.
For fuck's sake.
Oh god, it's that time of night.
Cadenza's tail starts flicking back and forth in anger, but she tries not to let it show on her face.
You're in your goblin form, right, Mistaken?
Yeah.
What kind of clothes are you wearing? Wearing a shirt?
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt.
Grab you by the scruff of it and pick you up. Would that be a grapple or what?
No, I won't even consider that a grapple. You just do it.
Okay.
We're not even in combat, so I'm not even gonna worry about grapple.
I'd suggest you stay out of my business and you don't touch me again. He puts him down.
I'm gonna slap him in the cheek one more time and then whisper really close to him. Do you not understand that lady in our party really likes you?
Just gonna put him down and walk away.
Alright. So, as you all enter the building, you notice that just like it was with the foundation, like at the ground level, there was like a whole bunch of it was pretty much essentially built out of just purely wood. You notice that as you walk in, that up in the ceiling, it seems like there's like these roots, these rather large roots that are snaking their way down to the ground level, and you notice that some of them have people walking up the roots as if they were stairs.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can find out what these roots are?
Yes, go ahead.
Roots, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, of what tree?
From what you can tell, it's from the tree that's on top of the guild hall.
Okay.
I was just about to say that, and Harold took my sarcasm.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can if you like.
Nature, right?
Yep.
Your boy's a little bit, starstruck right now.
Yeah.
And Cadenza's angry as a result.
I'm gonna glare at him.
Doesn't even notice your glare. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but
for
you could
Rory,
see the tail.
still way too distracted
Rorik.
by where he is.
Okay.
Yes.
So Rorik, you take. So from what you know about this tree is this is a tree that is that's arguably the one that started this whole forest in the folktale here in this particular region, and this is where it's also believed that there was this sort of agreement that was made between humanoid and nature. You don't know too much about it, but you do know that this place holds a major significance to the Agriculture Guild.
I suggest we make sure that we stay extremely respectful. This is an ancient place.
Cadenza nods. I got that feeling as well.
I'm just gonna turn and look. Wait, I'm gonna just turn and look at Cadenza, and say, "You just thought it was a tree, didn't you?"
Cadenza shakes her head in anger. No. I could tell it was large, which means it's definitely old, but I didn't realize that the roots were coming from this tree. It could have come from something else.
It's just a fucking tree. Come on.
It's not just a fucking tree.
I'm just gonna turn.
At this point, you hear a. At this point, you hear a. From Aridura's staff, taking note of what's been going on, and just gives you all a look up. Shut up. And
Cadenza lowers her head. Sorry, she murmurs in Elvish.
Yeah.
Wasn't me, it was them.
Doesn't even say anything, stay still.
I'm gonna cross my arms and apologize in Elvish. I'm gonna say I'm sorry for the rest of the group. They're not as respectful to places as wondrous as this.
Very humble.
Yeah, seriously.
Go on. She doesn't even. Despite your words, she doesn't seem to be fazed by them at all. She just continues on with walking towards one of the roots and says, "Come, the guildmaster is waiting for you."
Cadenza raises an eyebrow and returns to Elvish. The guildmaster? I thought you wanted to talk to us.
Yes, but after our discussion, I was required to speak to the guildmaster, as it is part of our code of conduct.
Cadenza nods. I see. Very well.
Yeah. All right. So while you two are all walking up the roots of the tree, I'll go ahead and move on over to Nether and Little Flame. So as you both enter this, you enter what you discover to be the illusions, and you take note that at first there's complete darkness as you slowly begin to crawl. And as you continue on down, you feel yourself going slightly down, like in an angle, almost as if you're feeling like you're going down similar to the angle you feel when you go down a slide. And as you continue going down, you find yourself slipping, and so does Little Flame. He's like, whoa, 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 and just boom, you hear a resounding thud as you follow quickly along. I'd like you to make a dexterity check.
Oh boy, dexterity.
All right. I don't know what that was.
I think that was Stax's phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm looking for.
Vibrate.
Okay. So, all right. So for you, so while Little Flame fell on his rear in this opening, you quickly recover and land on your 2 feet. And as you stand and look around with your night vision, just like with Little Flame, you look around and you find something rather odd. You find stalactites, stalagmites. You find yourself deep when it appears to be a cave as you hear of just droplets of water just falling, hitting the ground. Little Flame is looking around. What is... Well, I don't think this is... Was this always here?
I don't know.
And you notice that there seems to be... You see more of the similar footprints from before. That seems to be going straight ahead, continuing onward. Should we go deeper?
Phrasing.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Come on, Harold.
I'm the innocent one here.
Whoa, man. Take me out to dinner first.
Oh, I knew those two were gonna get together.
That didn't take very long. Although it took longer than with the other chick.
Yeah, that's true.
But
all jokes aside, I don't know. Were you serious about that?
well, I mean, we need to get your blades back.
Yeah, right. That's
And besides, you know that I'm not exactly helpless.
Huh?
And this is why I drink.
Flirt with him, do it.
Not hopeless?
You remember that, and he sighs for mine, just like, that secret, the one I told you to keep, not to tell anyone.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that one.
Right. Totally not talking about something else. Right. Not other hidden blades, that need to be unsheathed.
Oh my
I'm already at this point, Little Flame's ears twitch in annoyance and says, "I already told you I'm straight."
So spaghetti to
Hey man, I can try.
Oh, this is so great.
This is terrible.
That's what makes it so great. But that's also why I drink.
At this point, Little Flame just rolls his eyes and it's like, so you can go back if you want, but I'm going to finish this. And it just starts walking deeper.
Yes, let's finish this, Harold. Mm-hmm.
He likes you.
What are you finishing there, bud? I am way too tired for this.
We're so mature.
Okay, Nether, I would like you to make a perception check.
A what? A perception?
Yes.
Alright.
No, God, not one.
Just seems like a normal cave. But nothing to be worried about.
Alright. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna be totally fine. There's totally no weird monsters far in there.
Or
it's
traps.
just red. Or traps. There's totally no traps, right?
As you continue walking forward, it seems that there seems to be, as you go further down, there seems to be a light. 2 lights. Bright enough that they form only bright enough to form one glow. Form one little glow in this area. Little Flame looks and just like, do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that's not red. How can I not?
He continues moving forward. Are you moving? So how are you going to move forward? Another. Are you going to move normal pace, cautiously, or just bum rush it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Cave so we can have a scene change.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what? There's probably monsters. I'm gonna stealth.
All right. I would like you to make a perception check with advantage.
Hmm.
All right. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
All right.
Is it? Oh.
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Well then.
So as you make your way down, make your way further in, do you hear something around you? Do you speak Undercommon?
Uh-oh.
Rip.
Do I speak Undercommon? No, I don't. No.
I think the only one who does is Cadenza.
So while you continue forward, do you hear this? Sounds like multiple voices. But you rolled highly enough to tell that they don't seem to be threatening voices. The tone seems to be full of curiosity. And as you continue looking around, you take note, one of them is a form like that humanoid somewhat, but definitely not at the same time. You also note it seems to have a singular large eye in the center of its head.
Okay.
It's looking right at you for a moment, but as its humanoid figure just seems that, while it seems humanoid, the spiny features of its skeletal structure makes it clear that it is not human at all. And as you continue, you notice that it just continues blinking its singular eye, watching you, before turning and looking another way, before it ducks low, out of sight.
Okay.
Singular eye. Enjoy your
saw that
Cyclops.
too, right, Little Flame? You saw you did.
Saw what?
I'm not going crazy.
Saw what? I hear voices, but he pauses and he hears the voices. But, and as he does so, he stops at the door, looks around. Whatever it is, he doesn't seem to take note of it. He doesn't see it.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I must be going crazy. So, yeah, that's definitely it, and there's not some one-eyed humanoid creature in this cave with us. Totally. Alright.
So, what are you gonna? So you're at the door now. What are you going to do?
Can I check it for traps?
Go ahead. Roll for perception. Oh no, investigation.
Investigation.
Stacks.
Why?
Doesn't seem to be trapped at all.
Alright. Gotta try and open it.
All right. So as you you take note of the door itself. It does not seem to be like the traditional one with the knob that you would twist. Instead, it has a handle similar to like one of those large handles that you normally think of when you think of the castle doors. You grab it, pull it open, and you note and you look inside, and you see what appears to be a study room filled with books that cover the walls, and you just see multiple tables covered in like various objects, and you take note that there's a single figure in there. Seems to be walking around, and it appears to be writing in in a book with a quill, like a feather pen.
Okay.
What do you see?
There's a person, I think. He's writing. It's writing. Look. This whole room is just full of books.
And at this moment, the little flame's breath seems to be caught as he taps on your shoulder. So it's like, Nether?
Yeah? What?
Turn around slowly.
What's behind me?
And you turn and you look to see what's behind you.
Dun, dun,
and as you
dun.
do so, you see more of those figures, single-eyed ones. From what you can count, there's 8 of them, as they're keeping their distance from you, but watching you curiously. In the open now. They're not even hiding.
It's the one-eyed creature.
I would like you to roll for actually, yeah, I would say nature.
Oh yes, nature, the thing that I'm horrible in. Well, I have no boosts in.
From what you can tell, right in front of you are 8 Nothics.
Hey!
Sakoni called it.
And with that, we'll move on to the next scene.
Wait, what?
I have a cat.
Let me go search what a Nothic is.
I would recommend not to do that. Anyways.
That's not what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, just do image search. Anyways, so back to you guys at the in the guild hall. So, as you all are making your way up, you notice that along what appears to be the wall is actually more of the root itself, but you see carved into it lightly, almost similar to what you would see with hieroglyphics, in that there seems to be figures of people and creatures and various aspects of nature. You see like mountains, forests, all of it as you continue walking up and up and up and higher still.
You said they're runes? Essentially?
Think of like Egyptian hieroglyphics. But they're basically pictures with stories, basically.
Oh, so that's language. Wait. Hold on. Are they in Elvish?
No. Do you know Sylvan?
No, but I can cast comprehend languages, and then I can say, yes, I do understand it.
You could do that if you like.
But I have to press my hand on the surface.
Yep. So you could do that as you're walking.
Yep, so I am casting comprehend languages. It lasts... How long does this last? It lasts for 1 hour, and I'm putting my hands against the wall so I can find out what the hell this is.
All right. So, as you bring your hand, drag your fingers across this story, you can. It seems to be a story about this forest's origins and how it came into being. It talks about an entity or creature called the Shepherd, and you notice that it talks about how it's like a great beast that has life springing from it, and talks about how it created this forest and how it also brought sanctuary to those of those who are of the Fae, in as it talks about you don't know what it is exactly, but it talks about something called to remember the right word, the Great Ruin.
Okay.
And
You thinking collapse or ruin?
ruin, R-U-I-N, like as in like it brings ruin. And as far as you know, it just because how long does this spell last?
An hour.
Okay, so as you continue on, it talks more and more about the progress of the forest and how it continues bringing life, and how other humanoids started coming into the forest seeking sanctuary from those who fly. And it talks about how there's this this is established between the humanoids and the shepherd of the forest, who talk about essentially they can stay in the forest, that they're welcome to stay there as part of their sanctuary, but in return they are to help maintain and take care of the forest. And that is talking about the history of the creation of the Agriculture Guild.
Oh. So, long story short, Agriculture Guild was created due to the deal between the people, and just to make sure, I'm reiterating this for my own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
The Agriculture Guild was basically created because there's this shepherd in the forest that guards over it, and people seek sanctuary in the forest. And so the Agricultural Guild is so that the people who live in that forest hold up their end of the bargain of taking care of the forest in return for their sanctuary.
Yes. And one last thing, I would like you to make a quick history check.
Oh.
Yeah, there's this one last bit.
+2. Can I do a bardic inspiration on that?
Sure. And I would assume that's you just humming a tune or something.
Yeah, because then, yeah, I'm gonna hum a tune, and then I can roll a 1d6 and then see if that adds. 7 plus 1 d6.
Okay.
9 plus 4.
Alright, so 13?
Yeah.
So from what you can tell, it mentions of those who fly. You've seen similar things talked about before in your run-ins with other with various books that you've read in the past. And from what you can tell, it's talking about Aratroka. And from what you know, based on your background, is that the Aratroka had, for the longest time, before the establishment of this Draconian Empire, that they were the dominant. They were the ones dominating this realm.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm going to try and get the Wood Elf's attention.
Alright.
I'm going to speak in Elvish. Excuse me, Miss Aradira. How much further is it to the Guildmaster?
And as you just say that, she stops at the top of the stairs. We're here. And points towards, unlike before with the grand doors, this one is like a rather simple door, but it's about, the way it was built is around for someone who is meant to be a Goliath size.
Hello.
So
very, very appropriate.
I'm a Goliath.
So
You're a very sexy Goliath.
So while others have to reach a little bit higher to get the doorknob, Neo, it's just like opening a regular door for you.
Yay.
And
finally people making buildings to my size.
So, and as I'll answer your question about McConaughey, but as she opens the door and looks at you all and just giving a look that just says, "Don't screw this up, please," and walks and walks into the into this room, which you find is one that almost seems to be combined with nature, like a normal room combined with nature itself. The office, it looks almost like in your normal standard office, but everything about it screams life. That there's like literally like plants just sprouting forth from like the wooden furniture, vines wrapping around the various the few pillars that are in the room, and even a few flowers that are popping up between the floorboards itself. And sitting in there, almost blending in, is what you find to be a Furbolg.
A fucking what?
What? Oh. That looks like a druid.
Oh.
And as he's sitting there, you almost miss him, as his body almost looks like his clothing and maybe even part of his body himself is just has life springing from it, just like various plants and even just some like the insects like butterflies and bees just like casually just hanging around his shoulder on top of his head. He slowly looks up at you with before his, you see his thick beard curl up slightly as you get the idea he's probably smiling at you, and he's just like, welcome to the Agriculture Guild.
He's got a much smoother voice than I thought he'd have.
I'm gonna take a step forward and I'm gonna be like, so did you fall into a salad or something?
I'm just gonna smack Mist in the back of the head and apologize once again. I'm just gonna say,
Cadenz's
sorry
tail
about him.
flicks.
He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
Cadenz's tail is also going to flick towards Mist really, really angrily.
Aradira's just they're just like in her. If you could look in her mind, she's just freaking out. Like you can see a little bit on her face, just like her eyes widen slightly, just like, what the heck are you thinking? But this Furbolg, who you seems to just release a small chuckle. I haven't heard that one before, though that is quite amusing. And it's like this genuine smile and laughter. Just, he has this very calming presence about him. He gestures towards you all, towards the chairs that seem to be almost moving on their own, before you take note of like the plants along, like the vines along the floor, between the floorboards, just moving the furniture around and like setting up the chairs for each of them to sit. Please have a seat.
I'm going to instinctively just tie my coin purse a little tighter real quick.
As I'm sitting down, I'm gonna look at the other two and like smile smugly and like nod my head back and forth like ha 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 ha, he laughed, and then sit down.
To be fair, Cadenza did roll a successful persuasion against you earlier.
Yeah.
Persuasion got kicked out.
Yeah, we had to. But so I'm assuming you're all sitting down. So
Yes.
Is there a chair big enough for me?
of course, and
That sounded very lewd.
And you just see this larger chair, that's perfect for a Goliath or Furbolg size, just be placed right in front of you, and it says, "I am Bocrim."
And we're gonna need a spelling on that bitch too.
All right, Bocrim.
BR what?
Bocrim.
Bocrim.
Yeah, Bocrim, yeah.
What
Jay
is
Potato.
it?
In bed.
Yeah. So.
Did you say in bed?
Yes.
That's my thing.
I said it earlier too when the DM was saying, "Do you want to go deeper, Nether?"
Oh, I heard that
Anyways.
one.
And so, as you all are taking a seat, he says, "So, I see you've met Aradira. I assume that you all know the situation at hand?"
Cadenza switches to Elvish really quickly to look at him. I have an idea of the situation at hand.
I'm gonna
My
add in, I'm
companions.
gonna add in not a clue in Elvish.
Why are they all speaking
Do
in
not.
Elvish? Can we just talk in common?
Please. And he says that he raises his hand slightly. As his arms move, you just see some of the butterflies and moths and just like bees and all the other insects just like lift up and start flying around him. And he's just like, and then he's obviously not threatening anyone, but he's just like, please, we're all friends here. Let us speak in a language that we all know. And as he says that, his arms go down as the insects seem to be resting back on his arms.
Cadenza's nods, blinking slowly as her silver eyes seemed very intrigued by the various amounts of insects on the guildmaster's body. I apologize, but I did not want to insult anyone, and I guess I did accidentally.
No harm, no foul.
I'm going to nod my head and apologize too. I'm sorry for assuming the disposition of yours. I simply wanted to be able to speak in a language that would possibly become more comfortable for your ears.
Are you saying that common is rough on someone's ears?
No. Cadenza then gestures to the how the hell do I pronounce that?
Furbolg?
No. She's not referring. No, she's referring to the freaking elf. I can't remember her name.
Aridira.
Aridira. She gestures to Aridira. When I tried to speak to her yesterday, the only way that I was able to get her attention and to listen to her was by speaking in Elvish, so I had mistakenly presumed that you would need the same.
When you say this, Bakrim takes note and turns to look at Aradira and says, Did you, or at least try, to speak to Lord Pellet again?"
Oh.
And at this point,
threw her under the bus, Cadenza.
The elf looks like she got her hand caught in the cookie jar.
Oh shit!
Threw her under the bus.
And she's like, he's just like, "Yes, good master." As she hangs her head slightly, just like, and then Bakrim's like, "I understand that you mean well, but you do not wish to cause strife, especially with the noble house that rules Ithen." And then he turns on and looks at you all. "I apologize if one of my caretakers has caused any offense to any of you." And he pauses for a moment before continuing on. "I think it's best I tell you about the situation at hand." And we're going to pause there and go back to see what Sid is up to, because it's been a while for him.
Poor Sid.
I don't really have much, but
don't worry, Sid. I'm gonna put in a good word for you.
I guess I could go.
Oh my god.
I got you.
In bed.
Alright. So Sid, what are you gonna do now?
I guess search for a store that has like exotic animals or things that could be considered.
So the same place that Mistaken went to earlier.
I guess, kind of. I wouldn't know though because I wasn't there.
All right, so go ahead and roll for investigation
point.
since you're searching out for something in particular.
Oh, okay. Let me see. What's my investigation? I think it's actually worse. Okay.
Rip.
18.
Okay, so you find the same So you find the same tent as Mistaken did, and you notice it's pretty hard to miss. So, and as you enter, you do take note that 2 of the cages have already are rather empty, and you just see the shopkeep slightly relaxed, but also a little bit worried. You can't tell why exactly. So, but as soon as he sees you, he says, welcome. As he tries to cover up, like, whatever was stressing him out a moment ago. How can I help you?
I'm looking for any large creature. I think you might have anything, or anything that could be considered a mount worthy of a Dragonborn.
And as you say this, he pauses and thinks, unfortunately, I do not have anything that could be really considered a mount. I'm more special. It's sort of more of a specialty, and he gestures towards this dog that seems to keep trying to get out, and just like it disappears from him before popping back up, just go boom, boom.
Well, any pet like that would work out too, if you have anything interesting.
Fuck yeah, teleporting dog.
He's like, Joseph, well, that I would consider that interesting. And before he continues on and shows you around a little bit, you take note that there is, besides that blinking dog, you do see a dog that has 2 heads, though it doesn't look like it wants to deal with you at all. In fact, it looks like it's ready to kill you.
I was half expecting 3, so it could be Cerberus.
That would have been great.
Yeah. And you also take note of the few other creatures that are there. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Okay.
He's getting the pictures up.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see. Just trying to pull it up. But so let me go ahead and pull this up there. There we go. Okay. So where is it? Okay.
I'm about to lose my left hand. Help.
Is Aiko eating your hand?
I'm about to lose my left hand. Help me.
Is your cat eating your hand again?
Yes.
Okay. So as you continue looking around, you do see some creatures that are a bit larger than life. You see what appears to be a rather large badger. And you also notice that there's also some birds in there, one of which seems to be one that seems to appear to be a hawk, but it seems covered from head to toe in this rich blood red feathers. And just looking around, not even having too much of a care in the world. You also take note of, let's see, where is it? Let's see. You also take note of what appears to be a rather large beetle, but you can only see through a little rectangular, a small thin rectangle, because from what you can tell, it's probably because it's in there for a certain reason. But as you continue on, you find some more rather larger than life creatures, and yeah, that's pretty much what you find. Just some large creatures and just some unique ones, like multiple headed dog, another one that blinks. But you also take note.
The first one didn't blink?
No, I'm saying no. There's one that's
blinking.
blinking.
Teleport.
One that's
Teleport.
Yeah, the blink dogs. I think I can't remember what they called it.
So
like kind of like, okay, out of character, but kind of like Mokoni's or Cadenza's Blink Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are what you see.
Is the beetle trained at all?
He looks at the shopkeeper looks at you and then he says, "There's a reason why he's not in. He is in there."
Well,
as he says that, it seemed for a moment the beetle seemed like the cage that's holding the beetle in, which you can't really see out of, seems to be glowing this hot red, and you just get the feel, and you feel the heat emanating from it. Obviously enough so that you do not want to touch it without burning yourself.
Yeah, I'm the only one that needs to be throwing fire around. I'll take the hawk.
All right. So the red hawk. All right.
Yep.
So that one will be 30 gold.
Okay.
And as you do the deal, he gives you a glove to keep the hawk perched on you, so it wouldn't dig its talons into you. Because even though you have scales, these are pretty sharp claws.
Okay.
But he seems to be well trained. Not that it doesn't seem to attempt to fly away from you at all.
And I will thank I thank you, and I will take my leave.
All right. So here I'll send you the link info, and now we'll go ahead. And Nether, your turn. So as you and Little Flame take note of the Nothics that are approaching you slowly, not in a hostile stance, but looking at you curiously and speaking to themselves. It gets to a point where Little Flame feels a little uneasy, starts slowly trying to go in the door. I think we should probably go in. Probably a little safer.
Wait, I don't think they want to hurt us.
And at this point, you hear a voice. You hear a voice coming from the from this study room. You either come inside or stay out. Don't leave the door open.
Oh. Alright, well, sorry little dudes. I guess this is goodbye for now.
Alright, so you all...
Inside.
Alright, so you go inside, and with fear, just Little Flame closes the door behind him. But then you turn and look, and you see what appears to be a cloaked figure that... Actually, I like you... Actually, no. You won't need to do that. You take note, and you notice that on one of the tables are your blades.
Wait, my swords. Wait, are you the one?
And as you look at the figure, you notice that he's not exactly entirely humanoid. As you take note of his face, that seems to be one similar to a jackal, and he just seems to, with his body just completely covered in fur, still keeping this rather large robe like the outfit on as he looks at you. Dark, but he looks at you and it's like, well, you found my home. What do you want?
My swords are missing, and well, push came to shove. Bada bing, bada boom, here I am.
Bada bing, bada boom, and tell them not to worry about it. Forget about it.
Can someone in my channel clip that, please? That was great. That was so great. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go back and clip the VOD because that really was fantastic.
He blinks at you for a moment, but doesn't seem to be fazed by this weird introduction. He says, well, so you're looking for your blades. I'm assuming these are yours. And he points to the And he points to the ones that are on the table, which appears that he had some tools around it, as if he would stuff that you can assume is probably used for either researching or trying to tamper with it or something. You can't tell exactly.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Tell me, how did you get a hold of these blades? These are meant, from what I know, these are made specifically by the Drow.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, the Drow? I got them from a blacksmith.
What was the blacksmith? What was? Do you know his race?
Sorry, I don't remember.
Well, obviously, it cannot be a Drow if you purchase these.
Well, he wasn't Drow, that's for sure.
Well, I am already finished with what I needed from these things, so you could take them. And he's flicking his wrist, just like, go, he's like, shoot, like as if saying like, go, just take them, please.
Shoo-fi, don't bother me.
Yeah.
Shoo-fi, don't bother me.
And at this point, Little Flame's like, wait, you're giving them back? But why'd you even steal them in the first place? And he's just like, oh, no, I did not steal them. And then he points behind them, and he just says, they found them for me. And you see one of the Nothics actually in the room now, just watching you guys, tilting its head side to side.
I do believe that's what they call theft.
Yeah.
That's I'm pretty sure that's still stealing, but wait.
But here's the thing, I do not intend to keep these. All I do is study. I search for things that are much more valuable than simple blades and gemstones and gold. None of that matters.
Hearing this, he just puts a hand like behind him, holding closely his dagger. Not like grabbing it to attack it, but more just like pulling his shirt over it to hide it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little Flame asks, if that's not what you're after, then what are you doing? I'm in the and the creature seems to respond, I am after something much greater than that. Knowledge. Knowledge is the one thing that truly rules this realm.
Gotta get that knowledge.
Nothing weapons, gold, gemstones. None of that can truly be valuable unless you have the knowledge. That is what I am after. The greatest of all treasures. Knowledge is worth more than objects of this world, or even kingdoms and empires. Knowledge
sounds like Cadenza's research.
And it's at this moment he pauses and looks at he looks at Little Flame and says, You have something. I am fascinated. That fascinates me. And Little Flame just has this look like, wait, what? And he says, tell me, who is it that you serve?
Uh-oh.
And as
Yo mama.
As he says this, Little Flame, his eyes widen, just like, I'm just a tradesman. He's like, and as he's continuing, he's like, no. I do not mean of your employer. I mean, who do you truly serve? And there's this moment of silence. that fills the room as it feels like Little Flame is just like as if he is being exposed of who he is.
Wait. What is he talking about?
Tell me, do you truly think that all power can be attained by magic or by simple weapons? And as he says, as he looks at you, Nether.
I don't know. I mean,
there are other things at work in this world, which is why knowledge is all the more important. This, he's like, and he looks to you. He looks to Little. It's like, you do not serve the gods, any gods for that matter. You do not serve anyone in this realm. You serve something else. It is the reason that you are here in the first place, away from your home. And it's at this point like he feels like as if he's been found out of who he is, as he's just like slowly stepping, and Little Flame's just slowly stepping back, just freaking out, just like at what he's saying.
Little Flame, what is he talking about? Come on, man.
Roll for persuasion.
Bonding moments. We've had our bonding moments.
In bed.
Gonna go downhill. Good.
Okay.
And it was Little Flame the entire time.
So, alright. So, 12. Pauses for a moment, he's just like, well, remember that secret?
Yeah.
And it's at this moment, he turns his palm open, and you just see this, you feel a sense of this breeze flowing past you as you see a blade appear before. And it's the one that you've seen on that night of the drow ambush. A blade that's in the shape of a hooked claw you would find on a lion. And its handle covered in matte fur. And at this point, you see the creature smiling for a moment, almost like a wolfish smile. He's just like, he has made a pact.
A pact? Wait, what? I don't understand, isn't that?
He has made a deal. Might even be with the devil from the other plane. Or something else. I need more knowledge for this. And he's just muttering to himself as he's writing in this book once more. As if he's taking notes of what just transpired.
We're gonna need more knowledge for this.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, and we'll pause there for now, okay? All right. And now we'll move on back to the guild. And
as our main speaker leaves.
Don't worry, I've got this.
So Bakram, after giving you all some cups of water, again, it's just water, and he
just water.
Yeah, just water. But he begins to speak.
Drink the water, you'll get taller.
So he begins to explain. the situation now. I can safely assume that some of you know the story about the Shepherd of the Forest, the one who started this rich land and was part of the reason the Agricultural Guild was created. You see, there has been a disturbance in the forest. The shepherd is missing. And it's not only the shepherd, but the great serpents that preserve the rivers seem to have gone silent. Normally, we would have the Black Watch go out and investigate this issue. However, in light of what has happened with the shepherd missing, as well as the great serpents, the Underdark has been rather active, as you might have noticed on your travels here. They have been active to a point that the Black Watch is doing all they can to protect the people, but yet are unable to investigate this issue. Which is why Aridira tried speaking to Lord Peleth. However, he has his own issues and trying to deal with the epidemic that seems to be appearing in this land.
Alright, I'm back. Can I get a long story short? I came back to hearing the shepherd missing.
Yeah, TLDR, shepherd's missing. The serpents the serpents that preserve the rivers are seemingly gone, and basically the Drow are
acting up because the shepherd's missing.
The creatures of the Underdark are, like, things from the Underdark are popping up now, which is causing the Black Watch to be busy with them and can't look into the issue. And he also mentioned how Aridir tried speaking to Lord Peleth, the ruler, as you could probably assume, of this realm. But he's too busy dealing with the epidemic that seems to be popping up.
So what you're telling me is that the natural world around in this province is not as it should be, and the ruling powers are doing nothing.
I would with respect, disagree. Each of us have our part to play. The rulers are doing their part in preserving the people. However, the Black Watch is also doing its part in trying to protect the people as well. However, both of which are spread thin.
It's just simple infrastructure, buddy. I pat his shoulder.
Doing a pretty raw job of it, aren't they? A whole lot of disease going around, a whole lot of not working happening.
Well, there have been talks about hiring requesting the aid of the Inquisition. However,
Inquisition.
It sounded like you guys had some issues with the Inquisition.
We have our own personal views with the Inquisition. However, some of us have more personal feelings about it than others. As he glances at Aridira for a moment, continuing on. We are supportive of the Empire, which means we also support the Inquisition. However, this also means we also understand there are some things that are best left in the hands of others. This, not what fits the need for the Inquisition at this time.
Cadenza takes a deep breath. You go first.
What are you getting at with all this?
I am on behalf of the Agricultural Guild, I ask that you help us in this endeavor.
What's in it for me?
He pauses and looks at you and says, "You will be rewarded, of course, if everything is set back to where it should be. We will, as part of the guild, we will offer you something that is appropriate for this mission. However, I prefer to speak about it after this is done, with all due respect."
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow and bring a hand up to my chin and say, this is quite an interesting proposition. I do have knowledge that your kind don't find greed to be a very, very, well, they don't seem to be very fond of greed. So I am just curious as to what it is that you might possibly have to offer. I understand that you wish to discuss it with us afterwards, but to be honest, I can't see us possibly working if we have no knowledge that you're going to end up stiffing us.
Make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
So that's 1d20 plus. Alright. Alright.
With advantage.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Awesome.
He pauses for a moment. Nods slowly. What we offer is, as it is preferred, we do not wish to provide the reward in monetary gains, because we feel it is for a mission like this, it is not appropriate. However, if you decide to take this instead of the initial take money instead of the initial, I will respect it and will uphold it. The offer that I am making is to share with you the knowledge of and the teachings of the Agriculture Guild. And with this, you will have some, best way to describe it, unique talents.
Alright, well, what about this? And he...
No, hush you. Hush.
He started, let him go.
Here we go again. Fuck.
Oh, no. Will give us knowledge, but this is a very important mission that you're giving us right now, am I right?
Yes, but to us, what we will be teaching you is something...
No, hear me out. No, hear me out first, okay. Wait, hold on, I got a car, fuck me.
By the way, we've only got about 15 minutes left.
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Fuck you.
Alright, now as I was saying... So this is a very important mission, and I'm pretty sure that your entire civilization is sort of hanging by the thread by us adventurers, am I right?
His accent changes with every sentence.
It does!
He pauses for a moment and says, if you mean you in particular, no.
Dun dun dun.
I'm talking about us adventurers.
If you mean in general, we prefer to do business with you instead of the Inquisition on Sindev. But if push comes to shove, we will seek the aid of the Inquisition. And at this, like who's closest to Aradira?
I mean, we don't really have a room layout.
So I'll just say, for the sake of you take note that Aradira's the knuckles turn white as she continues holding her staff.
Yeah.
I suggest we don't get the.
All right. Now hear me out.
No, you shut up.
You
shut up.
No.
Cadenza's tail's flicking against the floor. Really? Floor.
What about opposition?
I think
for this that you're going to be giving us, what if I could give you a secondary benefit to what we're about to do? What if I said we could get the Inquisition off your backs as well?
I don't think the Inquisition is on their backs.
And what power do we have for that? Don't speak for all of us. Do not speak for all of us. Now you're changing my accent. God damn it.
They don't know anything about negotiations and shit like that. Anyways, what if we could get the Inquisition off your backs? But in return, doing both this mission and the Inquisition quest, we get 15% of all trade incomes that go into this city.
Oh my god. I do not think they have control over that. Are you that dumb?
Benefit from trade.
I don't think they even trade, to be honest. I mean, have you not ever even heard of a Furbolg? They tend to try and keep to themselves.
Look around you. Does it look like this is from trade?
Does it look like my character?
Yeah, no, he's.
Why do you think Cadenza is doing that?
So as you all are, you feel the sudden, like almost alien emotion just being suppressed of your anger and frustration as you're all calmed down, and you take note that the Guildmaster has raised one finger up as he seems to bring it down slowly.
Told her to shut up.
Yeah.
And he says, "Allow me to explain. The Agriculture Guild does not take part in the welfare of the city government. We only care for the forest to uphold the original covenant that was established between the Shepherd of the Forest and the people.
I'd like to speak to your king.
The reason we do not do as your friends have said, we do not have much in the way of monetary gain. However, I can teach you this." And for a moment you notice as he raises his hand, mistaken, your seat suddenly starts shaking and rises up at, like, not to a point where it's like violently shaking you, but you find your chair rising up as these roots and plants just start wrapping around and tangling, and just holds you up there before slowly bringing his hand down, causing the chair to slowly go down as well.
Cadenza's cracking up. Cadenza's just cracking up.
That's an impressive trick, but I gotta say though, I'm not a plant man. I don't think I can handle controlling all. Plus, I'm not even made of plants. All right. None of us would be able to do this. All right. Because we're not.
The only reason you would have this doubt because you've never tried it or had the proper teacher. Am I correct?
Cadenza looks at the Furbolg more intensely. So you were telling us that you would teach us control over the plants.
With that, he gives a slow nod. If you decide to learn this, of course, as mentioned before, we can offer what little we have if you prefer. But
is that just plants in this region or plants in general?
In general.
I'm going to hit X for doubt, thank you.
Wait,
Cadenza leans back in her chair.
It's a meme, Harold.
Oh, okay.
Cadenza leans back in her chair, contemplating the offer from her scholarly past.
I want to see if he's lying.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah. You can go ahead and do it with advantage because he's a freaking furbolg.
Ta-da.
It's racial profiling.
Yep.
Fuck. I hit this phone out.
I'm reading something on the wiki right here that just clinches it for me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll one more time. From what you can tell, he's being forthright. He is being completely honest with you.
It's good.
I'd rather have the money.
That, you can speak for yourself. Would that also include a higher knowledge of herbs to make for potions?
That can be arranged.
To be totally honest, I'd do this for free.
Cadenza just wants to...
fuck the elf.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cadenza's tail hits the floor really hard from hearing that.
You're gonna break a bone in that someday, you know that, right?
Cadenza looks at Neovoy and lowers her eyes sultry. It has already been broken more than once. And not by choice.
You know, one of these days I'm just gonna stick a drum underneath your tail.
I don't have a drum.
I do.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get a nice solo out of it.
Have you seen the drawings of bars with drums? It's a mess.
So, do we have a deal?
What's the job apart from fix the problem? You haven't given us much to work with.
All we have been told is that the snakes that guard the rivers have gone missing, and that
well,
what was that thing?
So this is and he speaks up and says, "We would like you to seek the shepherd of the forest. If possible, rescue him. Furthermore, I would like you all to also find the great serpents. Preserve the rivers."
Do you have a place for us to start?
Indeed we do. And he pulls out, and he goes in he pauses for a moment before, hold on, waiting for it to pop up. Come on, there we go. Good job. Okay. Just waiting for.
I honestly thought you were gonna make a map with him using his control over plants.
It'd be kind of hard to bring along. Let's see. Hold on. Here you go. He pulls up a map.
Oh yay!
That shows the region at least the surrounding area of the region. He looks at he points towards what appears to be like a large body, the lake. He says, "Here is Lake Carleon. This is where one of the great serpents dwells. If he is still well, he will be there. Although, we do not know if there's anything else going on with Finnmarsh. Finnmarsh is... we haven't heard from it some time. We do not know what has happened, and we are very concerned."
Cadenza uncrosses her arms as she stands up. Yue, would you know anything about these serpents?
His head pops up for a moment and says, "Well, these great serpents are the ones who protect the rivers that help bring life to this forest. They are very, very wise and caring, and they are not ones to shake off their jobs so easily. Never met one personally, but I know of. But everyone in the forest knows of them."
Has it felt off in the forest in regards to their regions?
He pauses and thinks for a moment. Well, from what I can tell, the water in the rivers have started to become clouded. With what, I'm not sure.
Cadenza looks at everyone around her. Well, there's our lead, I guess.
And at this point, the Furbog says, "I would suggest, if I may, that you take Aradira with you. She knows of this land just as any other caretaker, and she may be of help for you."
You could just give us a map, and I look over to the Colossal just staring.
Cadenza's breathing in really heavily through open teeth, not liking that idea.
I feel like having a practical and knowledgeable guide is probably better than us trying to figure a map out.
That is true.
What if I could find someone?
I don't trust you in the slightest.
I don't trust you either.
I could do it.
I doubt it.
Well,
All right, I give Mist a skeptical glance and cross my arms and lean in towards him. How?
I know a guy.
Who knows a guy? Who knows a guy? And it would just bring us back here.
I just know a guy.
You always know a guy. That doesn't mean anything. We're better off just bringing her with us.
Fine, I'll bring my guy along with me. That's fine.
And then Cadenza just thinks to herself, why the fuck did I just say bring her with us? I'm already losing him.
Seems pretty simple to me. We take the elf leads us to where we've got to go, we see what's wrong and we fix it.
Is the elf a mage of some sort?
And in response to this, you see Aradira doing the similar thing as the guildmaster was, except this time to prove her point that she is not just a doormat. She uses the vines to wrap around the Neo voice chair and
try it.
Him up.
Fucking try it.
it lifts his chair up,
Okay, I
close to
jump
the
off.
ceiling. Yeah, you can jump off.
Yeah, I jumped off before it went up.
Yeah, and then he brings it down.
Why
she
are
brings
you
it
all
down.
cock blocking Cadenza so hard? For fuck's sake.
At this point, the Ardura says, "I assure you, I am not useless."
Never
Just
said you
flatly.
were. I actually said the opposite, but whatever. We're gonna lift my fucking chair up.
Cadenza tilts her head to the side. Druid?
And with that, she nods her head.
I'm telling you, guy, we don't have to bring this whore over here.
She's not a whore.
At this point, she says, "I'll have you know I am married."
I glare.
Cadenza sighs in relief.
No.
There goes Letho's chance. I'm sorry, Leth. Leth, buddy, I'm sorry.
Poor Letho is just like left in the dark because he's.
Oh man. I'm
I
sorry,
like this
bud.
concept where like Nether has like a phantom heart pain because he just realizes that there's somebody somewhere that
Who's married?
Cadenza's
Dude, I sent
angry
Letho a
about
message
being
and everything.
cock blocked
I was like,
again.
I'll put in a good word for you and fucking. Oh man, I'm so sorry, buddy. There'll be more elves.
LL. Hopefully we
Well, if you're married, I'm down for it.
Oh my god. Who are you, Nether?
At this point, and once you say that, the mistaken, her staff instantly changes into what appears to be a shillelagh and points it at
A
you.
what?
A what?
The shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
Can we have a picture of that, please?
Shillelagh.
Sounds like a really weird dance.
Just go
Yeah.
Google shillelagh. What do you want about?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
The
it would turn
shillelagh.
into some type of snake thing.
Stick.
No, it's a club.
It's a club.
Okay.
Shillelagh.
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. So basically, it turns into a club and points at it. And he's just like, and she has a look of that says, "Don't even try it."
What? I said you could come along.
Oh my god.
And with that, she turns it back into a staff.
Shillelagh.
Yeah, shillelagh.
I like
But-
saying the word.
It's a fun word. Okay, but and at this, Barker slightly chuckles at the whole deal, like still finding some odd amusement in all this, and says, "Well, I pray for your success, every one of you." And with that, we will end the session there.
Sounds like a good plan to me. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec.
I can't believe you all thought that I was in that for myself. How dare you?
Why the
I was playing wingman for my main man.
Y'all cock blocking me. Alright, thanks for attending my stream, everybody. We're gonna go raid Chuck
Who
Nader.
do you think my main man is?